evening and welcome to Gamesmaster, where it's quite literally December, so technically it's very cold. Here in Atlantis, however, my temperature just keeps on rising, because not only do we have the second round of our footy tournament, but I also have rather a splendid seafront view. As always, we're striving for credibility on the show. Today is no exception, as we begin with an event called The Boss.
I don't like being ordered about, so I was more than a little irate to receive an officious letter from someone calling himself the boss, demanding to come on the show and display his games-playing portfolio. Apparently, this character has made a career by beating every boss on every game, including beat-em-ups, shoot-em-ups, and platforms. Despite his dubious interpersonal skills, I decided to invite him on to see if he can send 3 randomly picked bosses into early retirement.
So once more, we shake hands with calling credibility as we welcome the boss. Welcome to the show.
Nice to meet you, Dominic. How are you?
I'm fine. Do you have a first name?
Just the boss. That's what they call me.
Mr. Boss?
Yeah, Mr. Boss.
Mr. Boss. Why did I call you the boss?
I'm just so good on these, you know, games. You can give me a platform game and shoot. Hold on,
you're ringing me.
Yeah. Hold on. Hello? Goodbye. Yeah, carry on. Sorry about
Who was that?
That was one of my salesmen.
Right, it wasn't just a carefully constructed gag.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
We've had many guests on the show, and you're certainly a guest. So we're going to pick 3.
Hold on a second, please. Yes, hello. I'm too busy right now. Come on. Bye-bye.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Another salesman?
Yeah.
I thought it might
Plenty
be.
all on the go.
Now, we're going to pick 3 games at random, and the boss is going to have to tackle the 3 random bosses. Okay, would you like to pick 1 cigar out of the box then? And hand it to me without looking at it. Okay, the first boss is final boss from Star Gladiators, boss number 2. The second one is weird Humpty Dumpty looking boss from Knights. And the final one is final spider boss from Resident Evil. Those are the 3 totally random bosses that you've picked, okay? If you'd like to assume your game's playing position. And while I ponder whether the length of the boss's cigars reveals a deep insecurity at the heart of his psyche, we'll go to today's news.
3, 2, 1, go!
Soon to arrive in the UK is Alpine Racer 2. This follow-up to last year's surprise arcade hit is the first game to utilise Namco's new System 33 hardware for improved graphics. The game has almost vertical slopes and massive jumps, which were based on my last gold medal Olympic skiing performance. Alpine Racer 2 will be testing games players' limits when it hits arcades next month. Those who believe that the truth is out there somewhere will be pleased to know that in production at the moment is an interactive game of the cult TV series The X-Files. On the show's Vancouver sets, filming has taken place of scenes for the game, written by the show's creator Chris Carter, and starring none other than David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. Expect lots of alien encounters, mysterious locations, and many sad geeks still thinking Scully is very fit when it's released next March. Beat 'em up featuring soft, pansy-looking dancing fighter shock. Obviously desperate to come up with a new fighting game after losing the Mortal Kombat license, software company Acclaim have been using their motion capture technology to develop some new characters to replace Sub-Zero and co. Unfortunately, as this rolling demo of the fight illustrates, they haven't quite grasped the idea that fighters have to be hard. Okay, today on the show we have the boss, who claims he can beat any boss in any game available. Okay, we must stress he is a real boss. He is not just some guy we've put in some really dodgy clothes for the purposes of humour. That accolade goes to Rick Henderson. Rick, have you got any tips for this finely dressed man?
I should imagine that he'll have to get the 5-hit combos going so he can do his super-duper special move right at the end. That's the only way he's going to beat Bilson.
Okay, yeah, we must stress that this first leg of the 3-boss challenge, Bilstein is the final boss of the Star Gladiator game. It's very, very tough. And the boss has chosen to go for Rimgal, very nice name, and we hope we can do the best we can. The first leg then of the 3-boss challenge. Best of luck, boss. Off you go. Okay, we can see Rimgal is the dinosaur guy on the left-hand side. Bilstein is the huge big kind of robotic knight samurai-looking bloke. On the right, you can see the energy bars as usual at the top, and it's not a brilliant start. He's getting a couple of hits landed on his dinosaur there, Rick.
Yeah, the actual super hit combos, if you wait for 30 seconds, then you actually run out of the combo, so you'll have to start all over again.
Okay, then, well, as we see, his energy's very, very low indeed, as you can see that, but he's coming back a little bit now against the boss. Oh, no, but the Bilstein Star Gladiator boss takes the first one. He's down one back. The pressure's going to be on now, Rick.
The pressure's on, and he certainly did not impress anybody previously. He's just did a 4-hit combo, but he didn't quite get there to do that super move. He's being a lot more cagey this time, but he could do the move. No,
oh,
he's
no,
the
boss gets him right in the midriff there. This could be curtains for the boss on the first leg of the challenge. Oh no, he's doing better now though. The Bilstein's energy is low. We still haven't seen a big flashing move from him yet though, Rick.
No, he's playing it extraordinarily cagey. I think he wants to get this round out of the way to call it all evens, and then he can go into the special move section.
Okay, the time's running out though. Maybe he's playing a kind of waiting game now. He knows his energy's higher, Rick. Maybe he's... Oh no, that's good. He's picked him up by the neck. Teeth around the neck, a situation I've been in many nightclubs, and slammed him onto the floor. It's one bout apiece. Okay, we move into the third and final bout here. The boss playing the dinosaur Rimgal against the big robotic knight Bilstein. As we start off this one, the energy's quite literally equal. Rick, what do you want to see in this final round?
I want to see him pull off this move. He's a big wuss if he can't, I can assure you that much.
He's not actually, oh, this isn't bad. That was 4, that was a 5-hit there. Did we get a 5-hit, Rick? He's pushing him.
There he goes!
Oh, that's it. He's biting him somewhere.
He's got him in the nuts!
Oh dear, he's dining on crumbs for dessert today. He slams it back. Bilstein's energy's very low. This should be a formality now for the boss.
As long as he gets away from the edge, he's got it!
That's it, he moves in for the kill, bites him in the midriff again. The boss takes the first leg, 2-1. Okay, we're going to set up the second boss for the boss. And remember, he is a real boss. Now he's about to try the fat, weird Humpty Dumpty guy on nights on the Saturn. Right, Rick, any tips for the fat, weird Humpty Dumpty boy?
Yeah, certainly. Every time the fat, weird Humpty Dumpty girl has a brassiere.
Okay, but then in this
that's
day and
fair
age,
enough.
that's no guarantee, Rick.
But every time it hits him, he'll lose 5 seconds. He's starting with 100 seconds. He's going to have to race through this.
Right, okay, there's one more boss to come after this, but for this part of the challenge, he has to kill big, weird Humpty Dumpty man, boy, girl, we're not really sure, but where's the brassiere boss from Knights? He's got to throw through 6 walls. Best of luck, boss. Off you go for the second leg of the challenge. Okay, we can see the time in the top centre of the screen ticking away. When that gets to 0, then the boss has failed. Trying to throw big fat Humpty through some walls there. Is that the first wall?
That's the first wall. He's got 6 of these walls to go through. Come on, Jumpy! Sit-ups!
Okay, is that 2 walls he's gone through now, Rick?
He's already gone through 2 walls, but he's trying to throw one backwards.
Oh, he got hit there. That was a -5 seconds. He got hit there. That's going to take a big chunk off his clock. He's got 57 seconds left. They've only gone through 2 walls.
He has to go through that blue part of the wall. That's exactly it. The next part is the one that looks like H's. He's already done that one. That's fantastic.
That's it. That's 4 walls. We need 2 more walls. He's got 46 seconds left. A masterful, almost boss-like display from the boss here, Rick.
Yeah, yes, he has to throw this one through either the top or the bottom, through the grid-like system. And he's failing immensely.
It's 32 seconds left there. We're going up the top there. Boss man not quite as bossy as he previously was in this boss special, Rick.
He grabbed it by the brassiere there to get it through, and he's got it through that one.
Okay, that's the fifth one. One more wall, but he's only got 18 seconds left. The time is looming large now because the pressure's on. He's been hit. His time's down. There's 8 seconds, 7 seconds. This could be currents for the boss. No, that's
He's done it.
He has done it.
Done it, yes.
5 seconds left. The boss teases us. Once more, he completes the second leg of the challenge. Let's go down and have a word with a cheeky little boss urchin. Well, boss, it's going okay so far, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not going too bad.
No massive problems for you?
Nah, I think it's going pretty smooth.
Been all right,
yeah.
Clothes-wise and everything, you're bearing up well?
Well, the club's looking fine, but I have to say, I mean, I'm a busy man, and I've got a multi-millionaire company to run, and the time is ticking. So can we speed it up?
I understand. I apologise for that. If you'd like to go over to your office then and keep those wheels of industry well oiled. Coming up in part 2 of the show, we have the second round of our annual footy tournament. Chris Armstrong is going to be on, plus we'll have the climax of the boss, and I'm sure you won't want to miss seeing that particular sight. Back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Today we've got the second round then of our annual Gamesmaster footy tournament, an event that great footballers almost kill to get on for. Well, almost all of them. We'll reveal exactly why after we detail today's celebrity challenge.
Oh, come on, you know the score by now. 11 players, 2 goals, 1 ball. Let's go.
So, please welcome for the second semi-final in our footy tournament, someone who is lean, strong and very dangerous in the box, a bit like myself, Mr. Chris Armstrong. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Cheers, Dominic.
Okay, Chris, I want to talk about pressure. I'm lucky my job has none. So it's turn up, talk a little rubbish and get paid massive amounts of money. How much did you go to Tottenham for again, Ian?
4.5 million.
4.5 million. What is it like playing under that kind of pressure, knowing that the club spent that much money? Which, knowing how much Alan Sugar doesn't like to spend money is quite a lot. What's it like?
I try not to think about it when you're on the pitch. It doesn't concern me how much it costs, but when I first came to the club, it took me a while to start scoring goals, and then obviously it's in the papers all the time.
So what kind of game are we going to hope to see from you tonight on this?
Probably a bit dirty, a lot of two-foot tackles and elbows off the ball.
Well, it's a pity then that our original player decided not to turn up. You may be wondering exactly what we're doing with just Chris on our own. Usually we technically like to have 2 footballers, but Mr. Stan Collingwood was due to appear on the show, but Stan's obviously got something a lot better to do, and he's so good that he hasn't even bothered to call us and tell us why he can't get on. We'd just like to wish Stan the very best in the rest of his career. Now, this happened on Have I Got News For You once, and they replaced Roy Hattersley with a tub of lard. Unfortunately, we couldn't even find a tub of lard. We have to make do with Gamesmaster co-commentator extraordinaire Rick Henderson. Rick.
Yep.
Thank you very much for stepping in the last minute. What kind of game are we going to see from you, Rick? You must be the favourite here.
Well, I'm a football game fanatic. I'm best at all the football games, and my sort of game will be who fit up the park and score goals.
Excellent. Okay, while Chris and Rick assume their game's playing positions, I'll go up to the commentary box. And I'd like to welcome back a man whose boots I'm not fit to lick, and I have done a lot of strange things for money in my time. Sport presenting legend Jim Rosenthal. Welcome back, Jim.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we have got Chris Armstrong as Brazil, Gamesmaster co-commentator extraordinaire Rick Henderson playing as England. Best of luck, guys. Let's go to kick-off.
So it's Chris then wearing the yellow of Brazil. I expect Chris to win this quite comfortably.
Okay, but it's England who have the first shot on goal, and that was a nervous start there from the Brazilians. England seemed to have so much time on the ball there, Jim.
A brilliant effort from Rick and England that would have put my prediction in the cart, really, wouldn't it, after about 10 seconds. But here comes... Oh, surely that was a very nasty
bad
tackle.
to me there, actually, Jim, I have to say. But now it's Chris Armstrong.
He's played the advantage, has he?
Here it comes! Oh! A great save from the England keeper there. It was seemingly Euro 96 all over again.
You have to say the referee played a very good advantage there, letting the Brazilians go through, and Chris should have scored. That's a bad miss early on by the Brazilians.
Oh, I thought he was looking for the knock on it.
Early pressure from Chris and Brazil here. They've got Richard Rufus waiting for them in the final, of course. And I would expect the Brazilians to get on target very soon. They're dominating the match at the moment.
Well, here comes Chris. He's in the box. We're going to see a shot here. Oh, yeah! Oh, I thought it was in the net!
I can't believe him missing that one.
A great save from the keeper. He just got a touch to it.
Is it going to be one of those games with all Brazilian pressure and England are going to sneak away and nick a goal? Who knows? Here comes Rick on the attack now. Yeah, interesting ball played. It's a good chance, this. And the Brazilian keeper, they're not actually renowned for the goalkeepers. That was a good stop, though.
Not exactly the strongest shot I've ever seen, though, Jim.
Not the most powerful, but it was on target, and England will take great heart from that.
Okay, Chris Armstrong yet again coming down now. We've seen a lot of good attacks. The final shot, not been in the box, but it's over, it's in! Oh, Oh, what a great chip, Jim!
That was what they were trying in training all last night, and goodness me, Chris has produced it here, and the Brazilians go 1-up.
That's it, they'll be dancing on the streets of Rio de Janeiro tonight. And hey, look at the replay, Jim, beautiful.
Exquisite, absolutely exquisite. The keeper got up very, very high, but couldn't quite get a glove on it.
No, he jumped about 40 minutes too early for that one. Now it's England on the attack. They're 1-0 down, Chris Armstrong in lead, but Rick on the attack again.
It's a good move as well, building up here for England, making a bit of progress. Sliding tackle coming in, it's a good opportunity for England.
Oh!
Great save.
He couldn't hold on to it though, but the Brazilian defence, strong and resolute, and clear it up and build it, use it as a platform for another attack, Jim.
A lot of yellow shirts back here, and here come the Brazilians looking for the second goal that would surely seal it.
Oh, that's got to be a
No.
penalty, Jim, surely.
I thought he got the ball there. I thought he got the ball.
Well,
What's
let's see
been given?
What does the ref? Oh, the
Well, the
referee
ref-
didn't like it at all.
But he must send him off, mustn't he? He
It's
has.
It's off. It's a clear goal-scoring
Oh.
chance.
I think that's right. Let's have a look. This is harsh. Surely he's got the ball here, hasn't he? Well, he might just have clipped the man as well. What will Chris do here? Will it be a blaster, or will he just place it?
Oh, he skied it! He skied it right over the bar there.
He placed it though, didn't he?
He did. He placed it like Waddle and Pearce and Southgate have placed him in the past for England there.
Well, he scored one. He could have had many, many more, really, and that was another great opportunity for Chris. And it looks as though Chris and Brazil are in the final.
I can see the referees look at his linesman, that's it, it's all over, the final whistle goes. Chris Armstrong wins 1-0, he's through to the final. Okay, congratulations, Chris. I'm going to start off with you there. A great goal. Nice, a nice lob. Was that something you were planning before the game?
Yeah, I've been scoring a lot of them in practice and worked out for me today.
Now, Rick, subtlety.
Yeah.
Not something you'd associate with the England performance there. I'd say they're sending off a major talking point.
Major talking point, well, I saw the man go inside me. He was going for the goal, so he had to go down. Simple as that. There are pros and cons in this, though, and I think I've been conned by a pro.
That is very, very good. Thank you very much indeed, Rick. Certainly wish you more luck in your football career than Mr. Stan Collingwood. But for now, let's give it up for, of course, Mr. Rick Henderson, but tonight's special guest, Mr. Chris Armstrong. So, Chris Armstrong goes into the final against Richard Rufus next week. Still to come, the boss's final challenge. At the moment, he's furiously phoning around trying to find out why Stan Collingwood shafted us. Think about that as we go into today's feature.
I've just received a report from Deep Space 5. Long-range sensors have picked up...
Yes, I know. The Borg. Set a course for Earth.
Oh, I'll put the kettle on then, Jean-Luc. Next week sees the release of Star Trek First Contact, the first movie starring just the Next Generation cast. Starfleet Captain Jean-Luc Picard finds himself up against the Federation's worst enemy, the scabby-skinned Borg, who have used Carol Vorderman's theory of time travel to wreak havoc on the galaxy's most popular planet.
Data, report.
We appear to be caught in a temporal wake.
Captain. Earth.
The atmosphere contains high concentrations of methane, carbon monoxide, and fluorine.
Life signs?
Population approximately 9 billion. All Borg.
I didn't know Bjorn Borg had that many brothers. The producers shot additional scenes containing the Borg after test audiences complained they didn't see enough of them. So it's no surprise when, after colonising Earth, they infiltrate the new Enterprise, giving even the crew's android Data a bad case of the heebie-jeebies.
I believe I am feeling anxiety. It is an intriguing sensation. The most distracting...
Data, I'm sure it's a fascinating experience, but perhaps you should deactivate your emotion chip for now.
Good idea, sir. Done.
Data, there are times that I envy you.
That's just because he's got hair. Unencumbered by having to pay for expensive has-beens like William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, and including the 20 quid I lent them, the filmmakers had oodles of cash to spend on special effects. They quite literally used it. Often the film looks more like Star Wars than Star Trek, with computers the size of Slough employed to produce trouser-trembling sequences like this.
Fire.
Let's
Let's rock and roll!
With a subplot set on Earth, all the TV show's regular cast getting a good looking, and a superbly spooky Borg Queen.
Watch your future's end.
Yeah, nice one enough. First Contact is the most action-packed of all the Trek movies. It's currently #1 in the American box office charts, the fastest-grossing Trek movie of all time. It's certainly much better than cackling Voyager or Deep Space Nine.
We are not going to lose the Enterprise. Not to the Borg, not while I'm in command.
Okay, if you're just tuning in, I hope it was incredibly important, because we've only got a few minutes left. What has happened in this show, right? Guy came on in a suit, slightly fat, calls himself the boss, claims he can beat any boss in the world. We picked 3 games at random. He did the first 2, not terribly convincing, but he did it okay in the end. I moved my hands a lot throughout the show, and Rick Henderson, my co-commentator for this, tried to play football against Chris Armstrong and got beat! But he stayed around to commentate for the final part of the boss. This is the final bit, the final boss, one of the hardest ones we've seen, Rick. The spider on Resident Evil. How can you help out the boss on this?
Well, basically, the spider will try and flob on you, and it's evil flob, right? Evil flob, it'll hurt you.
Okay, then, yes, we've only given the boss the Beretta. This makes this particularly tough. He's going to update the spider about 8 times. If he gets hit by 3 flobs, the boss's challenge ends in unboss-like manner. Best of luck, boss. The third part of your challenge begins now. And there is quite literally the flobbing spider. That was 3 flobs at the start there.
Simultaneous.
That's one shot. That's the first shot on him. Excellent play there from the boss, Rick.
And he managed to actually get away from the acid attack at that point.
That's good. That's 2. That's the third shot. Oh,
He's been hit. He's been hit.
1 hit there. He's hit the spider 3 times. The spider hit him once. That's 4 hits on the flobbing spider boss there. Halfway through. He's doing well.
Well, I've always been afraid of spiders, but to be honest, if they phlegm at me, you just have to get out of the way.
Okay, that's the 5th hit. This is remarkable. He can still afford to get hit twice more. The boss is proving most boss-like. That's the 6th hit. 2 more. Oh, no! The second flob. The second flob's connected. He can only afford to have 1 more flob. And he's going to get 2 more hits. That's it. No, that's it. Yeah! Last hit. The boss's challenge ends in triumph. Well done, boss.
Thank you.
You are the boss.
Yeah.
Okay, we've proven that beyond the shadow of a doubt. And a big, huge, important businessman, very successful, very wealthy. Why are you wearing such a cheap suit?
Cheap suit? Does this look cheap to you?
Yeah, rather.
Well, you know, you've got to wear a few cheap things here and there.
Well, with those words of wisdom then, ringing in our ears, I'll refresh your memory about them. You have to wear cheap things once and again. Then let us congratulate the boss. I'm certainly very glad that he has appeared on the show tonight. The Gamesmaster Golden Joystick goes to the boss! Okay, that's it. That's all we've got time for today. I'd like to thank you on behalf of myself at Channel 4 for giving us 30 minutes of your busy life today. On next week's show, we'll have the grand final of our footy tournament, and I'll leave you with this thought. If old age brings such great wisdom, why do granddads insist on wetting themselves? Good night.